The following program presents principles designed to promote good health and is not intended to take the place of personalized professional care. The opinions and ideas expressed are those of the speaker. Viewers are encouraged to draw their own conclusions about the information presented.
Did you know that 80% of American adults take dietary supplements? That's 4 out of 5 people with multivitamins topping the list. But one lesser-known vitamin deserves more attention: vitamin K. What does it do, and why might you be overlooking it? Today on WELL News, we're uncovering the power of vitamin K. Stay tuned.
You are going to be so glad that you joined us today on WELL. Remember, we're taking a journey through the alphabet, and today we are on the letter K, and K is going to be for vitamin K.
It's not as famous as vitamin C, but vitamin K is starting to gain some serious traction as a powerful health-promoting nutrient.
And yet, according to data from the Linus Pauling Institute, 67% of Americans aren't meeting their vitamin K needs.
And to help us sort through some of the information about vitamin K, we're thrilled to welcome Dr. Chornes to the program. Dr. Chornes is a doctor of naturopathy and original medicine. He owns and operates an alternative medicine consulting practice, the Valere Alternative Health Center. He has traveled both internationally and domestically, lecturing, consulting, and empowering people to restore their health naturally. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Chornes.
Oh, it's indeed a pleasure to join you. Thanks for having me.
So tell us, Dr. Chornes, what's the big deal with vitamin K?
Well, the big deal with vitamin K is that there has been research that has been taking place with vitamin K. One particular research study was the EPIC study, and they began to realize how effective vitamin K was in not only bone health, but heart health and lowering heart disease. So these studies have now sparked an interest. And of course, the supplement industry is taking advantage of this so-called newfound vitamin, so to speak.
Yeah, when you think of vitamin K, is it one thing? Like, should we just be swallowing vitamin K in a pill, or?
I would say for the first step is to get it from a food source. Now, do we need to supplement? And we're talking specifically vitamin K. Do we need to supplement? Yes, we do. What we realize is that food does not have the potency that it used to have 10 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. So supplementation is essential, but our first choice should be in the foods that we eat. Specifically for vitamin K, we should be consuming green leafy vegetables. And those vegetables, the green leafy vegetables, are going to help to fortify our bloodstream with vitamin K1.
Okay, thank you for saying that. That's the differentiation, because vitamin K is really a family of different vitamins, right? But we primarily focus on vitamin K1 and K2, with green leafy vegetables being our, like you mentioned, a primary source for K1.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with K2?
The deal with K2 is that they're both team players. They're both essential, but the vitamin K2 has a more dynamic role and is participating with other biological functions that's in the body. For one, it helps absorb better. The vitamin K2 is better absorbed, and it's a team player with vitamin D. So there are many people who take vitamin D supplements. There are juices that's fortified with vitamin D. We're told to drink milk for vitamin D. It's fortified in a lot of different drinks and foods and so forth. So when we talk about that from a scientific perspective, we need the vitamin K2 to work with the vitamin D and the calcium to absorb it properly. And at the same time, we need the vitamin K to neutralize the calcification in arteries, therefore preventing, at least acted as a preventive agent for heart disease.
Okay, can you touch a little bit more on that?
When we talk about atherosclerosis, we have to realize that plaque, when we look at that concoction of plaque, it has calcium. So when we talk about the calcium deposits in plaque, it hardens the arteries and makes them more rigid. So what vitamin K2 does, it helps to neutralize that calcification in the artery, therefore making the arteries having more ability to vasodilate and constrict, lowering blood pressure or normalizing blood pressure and preventing heart disease. So if we are deficient in that player, which is essential for our optimal health, then we're going to find a domino effect. We're going to see, because it's not there, we're going to see things not imbalanced the way they should, because vitamin K plays along with vitamin D, and it also is essential for maintaining cardiovascular health, especially the arteries, and keeping them clear of plaque. Mhm.
It sounds like there is an interesting interplay here between the calcium, the vitamin D, and the K2, whereas we want the calcium not to hang out necessarily in our bloodstream, but we want it to go to our bones where it can strengthen them, especially as we age and we have the risk of conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis. Can you tell us a little bit more about the connection with osteoarthritis and vitamin K?
And that's a great question. So when you think about the K2 as the driver, it takes the calcium where it needs to go. If it doesn't have the taxi, the driver, the Uber driver to take it where it needs to go, it's like, where do I go? I'm
Yeah,
lost.
that's a great
And it's going to
analogy.
find its own place to go. And if it's not assisted like the schoolmaster and take it from the hand, that K2 acts like a parent, and it takes the child by the hand and say, okay, here's where we're going. And if it doesn't have that K2 player, it goes where it wants to go, and it can cause problems with our joints as well as problems with our arteries. So as you mentioned, it's going to help our bodies actually absorb. We are not what we eat. And I ask this question as I travel around. I say, we are what we eat. Everybody says, yes. No, we're not what we eat. We are what we assimilate.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have the right nutrient profile, you can have, say, nutrients circulating in the extracellular space and not being utilized and absorbed properly for good health.
I absolutely love that, Dr. Corns. And I just think that it's so true. We are not what we eat, we are what we absorb. And absorption really has a complex interplay with the gut microbiome.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some forms of vitamin K are produced by bacteria. Does our gut microbiome play a role in vitamin K status?
Correct. So when you look at most of the research that talks about vitamin K2, the suggestion is fermented foods, animal foods like cheese, etc. But if we if we are taking care of our gut microbiome, our body can produce the vitamin K that it needs. So I would encourage individuals to invest. Look at your body in its totality and think about investing in it. When you invest in probiotics and making sure you have a good gut flora, then you can ensure, at least to some degree, that your body is producing adequate vitamin K2. But then also there is supplementation, and there are vitamin K supplements that can be taken. But the first line of offense is the gut health. And also too, we must realize, even if individuals are taking it in so-called food sources, are they taking care of their gut?
Yeah.
Because if your gut health is out of whack, and you have more, if you want to say, the less of the friendly bacteria, more of the harmful bacteria, and it's a very delicate balance that needs to take place in order for us to really absorb nutrients the way we should and create the vitamin K2 that is essential for health.
Yeah, absolutely. In closing, we have a couple minutes left. Is there a spiritual thought that you would share with us in relation to this? And I think that many people are unaware of like this connection between our physiology. We always think, oh, I need to take a vitamin for this. But your own body has the capability of sustaining and producing some of these things. And again, that's God's design. Being exposed to green leafy vegetables, I love that you brought that out.
Correct.
And then having our own gut microbiome functioning optimally seems like the secret, I guess, to having optimal K levels.
That is the primary source that we need to focus on from a spiritual perspective, and the spiritual perspective is also scientific. In Exodus 23:25, it says that we will serve the Lord thy God, and I will bless thy bread, which means food in the Hebrew, and thy water, and take sickness from the midst of thee. So when we talk about the utilization of food and water, we look at the Bible is letting us know there are nutrients in there. There are elements in there that God is going to, here's the powerful things. He says, I'm going to take what's already there and I'm going to add a blessing to it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chornes, for joining us. That was so inspiring. And I'm just thinking, we are so fearfully and wonderfully made.
Oh, we are.
And to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us this time on WELL News. We'll see you next time.